Into Tech Note, a segment where we look at specifics with regards to issues of the day. Mercy Ndinyo is an optometrist from La Paix. I hope I got that right. A very warm welcome to the show, Mercy Ndinyo.
Thank you.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right. What does being an optometrist entail?
Okay, being an optometrist entails examining eye conditions, diagnosing and also managing them, and also correcting refractive errors. Yeah.
Okay, so you are the expert on everything that rotates around eye defects, making people care, but most importantly, be able to maintain their eyesight.
Yeah.
What is the state of affairs when we come to the statistics in terms of eye impairment issues? How are Ugandans faring? Are we supposed to be afraid right now? Perhaps that in the next 40 or 50 years we could all get blind?
Yeah, okay. According to WHO, like by 2050, almost half the population will be severely affected by refractive errors. So in Uganda currently about 83,000 people are blind in both eyes, and that is a reason to be concerned about eye care.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really important that eye care is known. People get aware of their conditions, and that is the only way they can be able to manage and prevent some of this blindness. Yeah.
Okay. Well, those are very grim statistics, and I hope the WHO does everything it takes to ensure we do not reach those surly bounds. Why should we take care of our eyes the way we're supposed to, or how you recommend?
The reason as to why we are supposed to take good care of our eyes is because eyes are the most sensitive senses, because through the eyes we are able to see the world, and through the eyes we are able to also know,
appreciate
we are also able to know other conditions in the body, because through it we are able to identify some systemic conditions like diabetes and many other conditions. So that is why it's important to take care of the eye. Once the eye is affected and you go blind, then many activities will be affected. You're not going to be able to do your normal work, you're not going to be able to drive and do many other things. It affects studies as well, so it's important to take care of it because it affects the whole, your whole life. Yeah.
Okay, on a daily basis, when you wake up in the morning and you go about the washing of, some washing of the faces, others taking of an entire bath, others, well, missing all those things. On a daily basis, take us through the things that we could be doing ignorantly that affect our ability to maintain good eyesight.
Okay, some things are like now avoiding like to take care of your eyes like by washing them, because it's important that you wash them every morning, and also many people get to rub their eyes every time without washing their hands. Now this can lead to infections, so it's important that you wash your hands before you you can rub your eyes. But if at all there is a lot of itchiness, then it's important to see an expert to ensure that you get drugs that can stop that, to avoid the other conditions. Then it's also important that you take a balanced diet, because through that you're able to maintain a good, to have good health, and that also improves your vision. A diet that is rich in fruits and vegetables, less fats, it helps the eyes to be able to function well. Also, many things that people are maybe doing wrongly is smoking, because that also affects the eyes and can lead to so many other conditions like cataracts and degenerations. Okay. So that also should be avoided. So many other conditions, like now it's important to also know your family history, because if you are aware of what your family is going through, maybe your family has diabetes and it's genetic. It's important to know that. If they have glaucoma, which is also a very bad condition that causes blindness, it's important to know that. So knowing your family history helps you know where you stand. It will make you seek help in good time.
Good time.
Yeah.
What are refractive errors, and this whole aspect of the cataract, are they two different things? Just take me through that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cataracts is a clouding of the lenses.
Clouding of the lenses.
Yeah, mostly affects the aged, but it can even affect a young child. So this is where the lens gets clouded by materials and prevents light from going through, and that leads to blindness. Actually, cataracts is #1 leading cause of blindness because most people
within Uganda.
Uganda and Africa at large, because most people fear going for surgery because that is the only way we can manage that.
Surgery on the eye, that is something you must be afraid of course. How is it done?
Okay, but cataract surgery is actually simple, and people should not fear that because honestly it's causing a lot of issues. Many people are blind because of that and they fear it, but it's just a simple procedure that takes a few minutes, like 30, and then you're out. They just go remove the affected lens, the content in the lens, then replace it with a clear artificial lens, and your vision goes back to normal, or almost normal.
For how long can that be? Because you speak of artificial lens.
Now that one will work until God takes you home. Yeah, so it is really important that people take that and embrace that, because most ophthalmologists also go through that issue because they find that many people have the condition but they don't want to do the surgery.
Okay.
Yeah. Then refractive errors is #2 cause. So it affects many people, but some of these people don't even know that they have this. So refractive errors is where that your eye is not directing light well, so vision is not clear. You don't see images as clearly as you should. So, and we have different types. Maybe I'll just mention them.
Yeah, please do.
We have short-sightedness, which is called myopia. That is the most common one, and it affects so many people. Myopia is where you cannot be able to see things far well.
Within which, what's the distance?
It depends with the degree of the effect, but things that are 6 meters away become blurry. They can even be blurry at near, depending on how bad.
A mere 6 meters, and you cannot see. That means you have myopia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can also be bad that even something close to you, you can't see. You need to bring it too close, depending on the degree of the effect. Okay. We also have long-sightedness, which is called hyperopia. That you are able to see things far well, but things that are close, you find it hard to see them. So you strain to see things at near, but you prefer seeing those that are far. So that affects so many people as well, and mostly also students. We have what we call astigmatism. Astigmatism is where vision is not okay, vision is not clear, but it's because the cornea is not evenly shaped. The cornea is the layer that directs light to the back of the eye. So when it's not evenly shaped, images form and they're not clear, or two images are formed, so they appear distorted. So vision isn't clear. We have presbyopia. Presbyopia is where it affects people from around 38, 40 years onwards. So that is where the lens finds it hard to accommodate, to relax and contract to see things that are near. That's why you find elderly people pushing reading materials far to be able to read well.
Able to see.
Yeah, so you realize even their phones, they can't see you here, they want to push them far away. Yeah, so that comes with age, and there is nothing you can do about that.
There's nothing you can do about that, natural progression.
But all these can be corrected by glasses, and sometimes contact lenses. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, that's now there is something that is happening in the offices. There are people who use computers on a daily basis. These people interface for more than 6 or even 10 hours on the computer. Some of these computers don't have protective glass, for example, to be able to what exactly happens in such a case, or the people within Kampala, within the urban centers who are using these computers, aren't they setting themselves up for a very tight, high condition in the next 5 years or so?
Yeah, okay. Using devices, you know, devices, they produce a lot of blue light, which is not good to the eye because it can cause also cataracts and other degenerations.
Yeah.
But the most common symptoms they cause is red eyes, itchiness, dry eyes. You can find some people have double vision because these radiations make their tears evaporate very fast, leaving the surface of their eyes dry. So at the end of the day, they are irritated because of this exposure. So that's why it's important for them to have something to protect them from those radiations. Although these symptoms might not be long-term effects, like when you stop using the computer for some time, you realize that these symptoms, you no longer have the symptoms.
You no longer have the symptoms.
Yeah, but in this era, you still need those devices.
Yeah, sure.
So that's why preventing all those, all the radiations from getting to your eye is really important.
Okay.
And
you're right. Let me just interrupt you there. So what's the connection, for example, between the constant use of devices like computers and others that not emit, but produce a lot of light, the blue light that you talk about, and then the tendency to develop eye problems that lead either to extreme or mild headaches, including migraines? What's the connection? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, okay. Being on, like working on devices, it means you're doing a lot of near work. So it involves your muscles overworking. So you are concentrating a lot. So your muscles are contracting a lot to help you see these things at near. So that is why you'll find that you get strains and headaches. And it's advisable that when you're doing that, working on a computer, apart from having protective lenses that can protect you from the radiations, you have regular breaks that can help you. So after every 20 minutes, you look at a distance of 20 feet for about 20 seconds. So that helps relax your muscles, helps you blink more normally, because when you are focusing on a screen, the rate of blinking reduces by half.
Reduces by half.
Yeah.
You can stare at text or a phrase. For example, Elon Musk has just bought Twitter, and you're trying to figure out the $44 billion dollars, and you're like, oh, wow.
And you're not blinking.
You're not
well.
even blinking. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
you might
a bit
not
of a
notice
problem.
that. You might not notice that, but at the end of the day, you have irritated eyes, red eyes, strains. So it's important to have those breaks to help you blink normally. That spreads the tears well on the eye, so that your vision remains clear and your muscles are also relaxed.
Okay. Shortly, we shall be going into the common symptoms. For example, if somebody has some of these eye impairment troubles, especially among the children, we might not be able to, a child might not tell you that, hey, daddy or mommy, this is what I can't see further, or I can't see stuff that is near. How can you tell as a parent that my child is beginning to show signs of impairment?
Okay, most times you realize that this child will be squinting when they're watching TV. They want to come so close to be able to see well. You realize that they are squinting their eyes to see things. Even when writing, you might notice that they're not writing in the lines. You see the books, they're not writing the lines, so they're missing the line. Some of them start missing letters because they are not seeing those letters well, or they interchange the letters. You find a P, they have written it as a 9, but you know that this child knows what they are writing. Know what they're doing. Yeah? So you find that such errors will tell you that this child is not is having a refractive error. Some teachers might also notice that when the child is behind, they cannot be able to see the board very well. So you find them copying from their neighbors. They copy what the neighbor has written because they can't see far. So all these will show that the child has a refractive error, or they have other issues that need to be addressed in good time. Okay.
At La Paire, that is the organization that you're working with in ensuring that optimum eye care is rolled out to many of the Ugandans who access your services. Of course, you are a private institution, no doubt, so that means it comes at a cost. Do we have the initiatives that care for the people who can't afford to be able to come for these expert services?
Yeah, okay, you realize that eye care services are really expensive, and mostly are found in urban areas. It's expensive to see an ophthalmologist or an optometrist in most of these places. So that is why LAPEA came up, because they want to see people having good vision. Remember, in Africa, around 550 million people need glasses, but only 1% have them. So LAPEA took this to ensure that these people get services at an affordable price, and they create awareness, because that is what LAPEA is doing, to create awareness, to let these people know that, okay, this is the condition you could be having. You need to do this to ensure that it is corrected. And also they offer their services at a very affordable price. We do our tests free, so you just give a call, book an appointment, then you come in for the test. And then glasses are really affordable. Frames and glasses are affordable, and also you can get them, the payment plan is flexible, so you can do payment in installments. You start paying like slowly until you're done, then you can get your glasses. And this has helped so many people. We've been able to attend to over 60,000 people in Africa. Yeah, we're in several countries, so that's what we are trying to ensure, that we get to those people who are in deep areas. Yeah, so to ensure that they also get these services at an affordable price and their vision is corrected.
Which region of the country would you say is most affected when it comes to eye defects?
We haven't really done research about that, but at the moment, we've really attended to so many people in Uganda, and we found that.
Just to interrupt you there, the reason I'm asking that is, could there be environmental factors that could exacerbate the eye condition? For example, either because of the landscape or where you live, it could be rocky, it could be dusty. Is there any connection between eyesight and environmental factors?
Yes, there is. Now in Kampala, you see, we have so many people from different places, and people come from different places to get their eyes examined. Now, people who are in places that are really hot, dry, those places, most of them tend to have what you call pterygium, some growths on the eye. So they have the growth, and they are also having red eyes, itchy, and all that. So that is because the environment they are in is really hot and dry. So they tend to develop such issues. Those people who are also in cold environments tend to have allergies, severe allergies. So we get them from different places. People who are in urban areas, most of them are having devices. You see, you can't compare them with those in the rurals. Those in the rural, some of them have, but most of them don't. So they may be having other issues like infections from the rural, infections and other conditions. But in urban, you realize most of these people have devices, so they have computer vision syndromes, dry eyes, and all that.
Wow, interesting there. Now, as we wind up this discussion, there's something that may appear, or rather sound like it's a little bit off, but I just want to get some bit of clarity. There are people who use I always see some ladies put some devices in their eyes, apparently so that the eyes are white and, according to some, sexy. Advise us on that. Should we really be there struggling to look pretty and ensuring that we put things in our eyes that we ideally shouldn't be putting, because you don't have a defect, your eyes are okay, but you are grappling with the,
No, many people want their eyes really white. Okay, if you're exposed to the environment, of course, there are so many factors that can make your eye not be white as it's supposed to be. But using drops to prevent that, or to make your eyes look white, is not good. Because most of the time, these drops just constrict your blood vessels. And if they keep constricting again and again, they are affected, and you're likely to end up having serious conditions. So it is wrong for people to keep using that. Okay. Although there are some who use contact lenses for cosmetic purposes, they want their eyes to look blue.
All right, there you are. At least you have an idea of exactly why you should be using contact lenses and any other devices ostensibly to look pretty, or whatever you want to. But many thanks, Mercy Ndinyo, an optometrist from LAPEA. Many thanks for those insights and perspectives.